Ender 3 for the first time in a few months.
Where are you at now, Ethan?
I'm out in California, Palo Alto.
Okay.
Just for work. So, but I've got a little printer out here that I do stuff with.
Didn't you do like a new contract, or they wanted you to do a new contract, or something along those lines?
It's like a standing contract. We initially came out here for 3 months, but it's like a standing contract, and the money's kind of so good that we don't want to leave.
Don't you love it when it's like that? Yes, folks, you can hear us jabbering. I know you can. I'm trying to get my act together here and start things rolling. I can see some people inside. I see Mikey B, Ron's talking, Chris Hope's talking, Tomas Ariels is Thomas Ariels. Oh, so it's not Thomas Sullivan, it's Thomas Ariels now. Very cool. So let me get back over here and let me do a little bit of this.
Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing to blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Lazy's going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. You know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide.
Hello, folks, and thank you for showing up and celebrating 100 episodes of Drone Therapy with us. And as you can see, I've had a couple of surprise people show up already. Steve Coutts is here, and original Dobo Ken Dono himself is showing up. While he's going to take off here in a little bit and get his show going, but he's coming in to celebrate with us, and I wanted to say thank you very much, Ken. It was great to have you here. You've been on Drone Therapy before, and what have you got planned for your show later tonight?
We're gonna drink. We got Terry Warfield coming on, talk about some creative process as a beginner. We're going to be talking about Mavic Air 2. He's going to be releasing a new LUT for it. So talk about color grading. So it should be a good show. Something different for everybody, I think. So it's going to be fun.
And as you all know, Ken gets a lot rowdier and is a much more blunt than we get here. So if you bounce back and forth like you always do, it's always great to do that. But be sure to check out Ken's show during the night tonight. And our other special guest that's here right now is Steve Coutts. And I just wanted to express how grateful I was to him. I kind of lost myself earlier about his most recent long exposure video involving the Mavic Mini. And Steve, I'm glad to have you here. Could you kind of give us an update on what's going on your channel?
Well, my channel's been pretty quiet for the last couple of weeks because we've moved. My wife and I, we moved from Calgary, Alberta, all the way over to Trail, British Columbia. So we, for all you guys in the States, that's moving from one state to another state. So my last 2 weeks have been moving, packing, U-hauling, and all that sort of stuff. So the channel's been quiet, but now that we're kind of settled, things should be getting back to normal pretty quickly here.
Oh, very cool. And as you can see, Billy just got in here. Billy Kyle here, another special guest coming in for our 100th episode. And glad that Billy got in here to meet you too. Also, Steve, because I sent him a link to your long exposure video for the Mavic Mini the other day using wasn't the Freewheel ND filters? I think it was.
Yeah.
And even like Ron was expressing, I thought that came out pretty well.
How'd you get the Mavic Mini to stay so still? That thing blows around like crazy.
I was actually shocked because I'm a photographer and everything I've done long exposure has always been on a tripod. And I thought, is this even going to work?
Mm-hmm.
But and one of the exposures was like 3 seconds, and it actually looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. If you get really picky and you look in the corners, you're going to see a little bit of movement. But generally, it did a pretty good job.
You pretty much got to let it sit there and like shoot a couple just in case so you can look at it.
Shoot. Yeah, just keep shooting, right? And then you get 1 out of 20 that's like sharp enough that you go, yeah, that's pretty good.
And something I was wanting to say, as I'd already mentioned more than once, Billy's here. And Billy was actually here for the very first episode of Drone Therapy when we got started that night. And it was kind of a unique trek all the way since then. I'm very grateful to have him in the house. And I'm sure he'll have a lot of input throughout the night. But I also am very grateful to have this orientation of Drone Therapy's co-hosts. I'm always glad to have them here. And I want to pass it around the room real quick and let them say their thoughts on the show tonight and everything, and I'm going to give it to Mr. Ron Brown.
Thank you, Bill, and congratulations on 100 episodes. It's quite a milestone. I wasn't on episode number 1, but I remember watching it. I was in the chat that night, so it's been a great show, and it still is, and I'm looking forward to 200 shows pretty soon. So I'm going to pass it to my good friend John Cuppi.
I got to find John, man. I'm not used to having so many guests.
There you go. You found me. Oh, this is awesome. Congratulations on 100 episodes, Bill. It's amazing that we've been doing it for this long. It honestly feels like just yesterday that we were doing the show back when it started. So, I mean, time really does fly. So this is going to be an amazing show. You guys are going to have a great time, I think. And, thanks to everybody who showed up. We got even more to come, I think. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a great show.
And you're going to pass it to Ethan
I'm going to pass it to Ethan.
Hey, guys. Well, Bill, I want to thank you for having me on, and thanks for inviting me out a couple months ago. And congratulations on 100 episodes. It's good to see everybody's here tonight. Glad to see Gary's back with us. Glad to see Ron and John and Billy and Steve and Ken. Also, it's great to see you guys, too. And with that, I'll throw it over to Nemo.
You already started drinking. You already started drinking, man.
I'm happy to be here. I mean, 100 episodes, crazy. It's awesome. Just happy to be a part of it. I haven't met Billy and Tobo yet, but Ken, yes, that's right. I'm sorry, I met Steve. I finally remembered him, and as always, everybody else on the show. It's good to be here, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Excuse, man. We've given you your excuse. You're a COVID survivor. So if anybody says they haven't met anybody, he's right there. He's right there.
Yeah.
Gary actually had it. He said it was basically a bad allergy attack for
I hope my square
7 or 8 days. You don't like your square.
No, I hope that my square stays far away from that original Dobo character. I'm down the bottom left corner. Keep me away from
Now, I'm between you, so I'm
you love it.
Oh, wait a minute.
You love
You're
it.
the mediator.
I'm keeping the distance.
The mediator. Secretly, they're planning a new drone company. It's Dobo Kyle Industries.
We would take DJI down.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
There you go.
All that suspicious spyware in their firmware and such.
Yeah. On this end, I got, what's that Billy guy doing? I don't know. I mean,
You know what? Parrot is coming heavy at DJI with all their marketing tactics.
Man, it was brutal, though, man. It was like, I thought for a minute, I was like, they're defending DJI. I can't believe this. And then it was like, but really, they didn't give enough effort. They didn't give enough of their core data up. They didn't give it, So it was very. And what was it? There wasn't enough testing done.
I kind of have like secondhand embarrassment for Parrot because they're like,
they're digging deep, man. They're digging deep.
No, it's not like they're digging deep. It's like they're just taking these unprovoked like swings. I don't know.
Well, no, they're riding that train, man. They're riding that the train that we've provided them. Like that's the hot thing right now is everybody's against Chinese companies and the whole data, the way they handle data, and the problem is like people don't realize like the different providences in China don't necessarily support the government.
Yeah, look, I understand like where all that's coming from, but like when it comes to like marketing and stuff like that, I feel like there's certain things that are just like off limits, right? Like,
but is it Parrot or a company that's doing it and just trying to make like an aggressive approach? Because we're talking about it, so it's working.
It could be, but you think about it, right? Well, first of all, and they're marketing a drone that I feel like not many people are going to buy.
Right. Probably not.
Like,
Go right ahead. Keep going. Y'all jump in anytime you want to. I kind of was expecting this. I figured it because if y'all haven't figured out these two are like two peas in a pod, they can kind of play off each other like you wouldn't believe.
I'm just somewhere between.
See John just sitting in the middle.
What do you guys think? Is Parrot just after that government cheese with that price? I mean,
at like, $5,000?
Yeah, I mean that's really
it's still a steal. It's still a steal though. $5,000 with thermals is still a steal in comparison to what else is on the market.
And the zoom camera too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you guys think they'll release a consumer grade drone next year?
Why? I don't know.
I
Or
don't
you
know.
think they've kind of given up and gone all in on the commercial stuff?
I think their consumer division of drones was bought out by somebody, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not. I thought I read something about that like a while ago, and I think that they're just using that Anafi airframe to continue to build commercial stuff. But I feel like that's the way for the past couple of years we've seen a lot of these companies go. Like especially when you go to CES, when you see like kind of like the commercial drones from some of the other vendors and from some of the other people that are there. You see these companies coming out these commercial-based drones because nobody wants to touch the consumer space just because DJI has, so many different drones out.
Right. Well, I imagine DJI has got it down to such a well manufacturing science that it's hard for any other company to make a good profit margin getting into it.
I'm sure that they have the Mavic 4 already developed.
I'm sure. I would like to see Altel come out with something that's Mavic Air 2 size. That would be nice.
Altel needs to fix their quality control across the board. It's an absolute shit show right now.
Yeah.
I'm hearing stories from people that have issues with batteries already. You had a guy that had his arm on his motor, like he had it in 240p, and it was just like, I mean, that's dangerous. There's a lot of danger in that.
Well, what I find when I'm flying the drone, since I've now got two of them, right? One is the 8K, one is the Pro. They both totally fly differently.
That was a low-key flex, by the way. That was a real low-key flex.
No.
Flex.
It's not a flex. It's just coming out and saying that it's confirming the fact that Autel does have quality control issues because everybody's got a drone that flies different.
Yep.
Well, okay. Do you think that there's going to be a Mavic 3 anytime soon? Because that firmware update extending the range and extending the life of the controller kind of blew me away.
Yeah, I think that they're just trying to put it on par with the Mavic Air 2 because they don't want the Mavic Air 2 to upsell the Mavic 2 Pro in any way. I haven't noticed a big difference though. Like, I don't know, like 10 kilometers is great, but how often do you get out that far? Like never.
Not often.
Unless
I barely leave my backyard. Y'all bust my balls.
Best backyard footage, man.
I heard
that's what you need that 1-inch sensor for, right? That backyard footage. That's what
I bust my butt. I kind of give him crap behind the scenes sometimes, but Russ has built an empire on backyard footage.
I don't know, man. Right now, backyard. I think we nominated you for backyard flyer of the year. It's you, Bill, and like one other person.
It's the wild man himself.
Hey, Ken.
Heron.
Hey guys. I can reveal on your show my secret mission now, if you would like.
Yes, please. You're highlighted for everyone. Go, sir.
Okay. All right. We're up on top of Caraway Abandoned Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. And for those who know, this star on top of the hospital used to light up and spin. And as you can see now, it's in a little bit of disrepair. So to honor this hospital and everybody that was born here, died here, got fixed up here, I am tonight with my 100,000 lumen flashlight going to light this star up for the final time before it's torn down.
How are you going to make it spin?
Like, show them how it spins, Dave. Watch this. Dave's got it. He's on it.
Oh my
Seems
God.
legit.
I hope it doesn't fall over.
And no, and if that wasn't enough, and don't you think it ought to be, we've got FPV drones up here with Lance approval, even though that is the airport right there, right? You got Lance approval.
Air map.
Certified.
Part 107.
By the way, introduce yourself. We're on
Fly High
social
FPV.
distancing.
Fly High FPV on YouTube and Instagram. Ripping packs, and stuff.
We're ripping packs. That's what we're doing. We're pack rippers.
Awesome, man.
And
We're gonna
this
power
is
loop
what
right
we're
to
going to
that
use
star.
to light up
crap.
the star. This is 100,000 watts MS-18, which will go for 100,000 lumens for about a minute.
I have flashlight envy.
It's great. It's the golden hour. We're gonna rip a few packs and then we're gonna wait for nightfall.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much, sir. Glad to have had you on the show.
Very cool.
We've got Ken even came on for a minute before he goes.
Yeah, man.
Going.
How come, Ken? How come you just didn't light it on
Hey,
fire?
Ken. Yeah, we could do that. You guys got bail money?
Maybe enough between all of us.
But
Yeah,
Ken,
we started to GoFundMe now. Okay, light it on fire.
hey, is this a rated G stream?
No, it's not. It's an adult
Okay,
stream.
you guys will love some of the graffiti that's up here. There's an unanswered question.
Wait. Let me go.
Should I get a boob?
A boob, yeah.
Okay.
Then we got all
Fuck my dick. Please.
like
Standard.
They
it's
asked
a class
nicely.
act up here.
The
But
classic.
if you guys aren't familiar with Caraway Hospital, it's a great bando. I'm gonna hold my expensive phone over the edge here, just see how high up we
Oh
are.
my god, that
Oh,
dive!
wow.
That was an awesome dive, man.
Yes.
Yeah. I think they're about to fly. They were just flying. It's such an amazing. Where do you see the footage? He's such a good FPV pilot, and I really suck. He took me to a bando today, and I went smack right into a pole. I just suck. I'm terrible. But we're flying the Mini right now to get some cinematic stuff. He flew through the star, through the holes in the star.
Mm-hmm.
Super.
You guys, and then we have Oscar here.
Hey guys,
It's Oscar.
what's up?
And
What's up,
Yo,
bro?
keep your distance.
No,
yeah, we're social distancing.
Yeah.
the distance on live cam is actually larger than it appears.
That's true. That's true. Objects objects on stream camera have less COVID than they might appear.
Yeah.
You can see a plane. You can see a plane taking off from Birmingham International Airport right now. It's going to fly directly over us. Let's see if my camera on the phone is good enough to catch this. And we're flying drones
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
right
no.
under the flight path of a plane. But can you guys see that plane?
Nope.
Nope.
YouTube compressions just absolutely
Yeah, I
killing it.
know. You can see the lights.
I can hear it.
Maybe if I hold the camera still.
Yeah, the compression's so bad you look like Harrison Ford.
Oh, that's good then. I like that. Here it comes. It's getting bigger. It's going right over us.
Oh wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you can see it coming now. Cool.
You guys should power loop it as it goes over.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was told that all Delta pilots fly in acro.
Oh,
He says they're using angle mode. But are you flying below us? Oh, see if you can see the Mini. See, here comes the Mini. Can you see it down there?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Oh yeah. There you
oh yeah.
There it is.
All right. Am I monopolizing the stream? I apologize.
No, that's perfectly fine. You got to go in a minute, and I'm
Well,
glad you
before
went.
you-
And I know that Ken's going to have to take off in a minute, so I'm going to minimize you. Ken's already
Okay.
given us an uptake of his show, and he's going to take off. So thank you again, Mr. Dobo, very much.
Much appreciated, and congrats on 100 episodes.
Thank you very much, sir. And may you have a million
Oh yeah,
viewers.
congrats, man.
All right.
Congrats. I'm gonna go too. I just wanted to tell Ken Dobo I apologize for missing his beer thing.
Well, no, that's cool what you're doing, man. I mean, I wish I could be more sporadic like that. And like I said earlier, the guys kind of give me hell all the time about never getting out of my backyard.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
you're
thank
always
you,
welcome
Chris.
to come hang out.
You have a great time, and we'll see you soon.
Take care.
See you, Ken.
Bye.
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 But and bye.
And bye.
Bye-bye.
And bye.
We're Kenless.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yes, we were Ken squared, but now we're Kenless.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Dobo. Sup, Ken Dobo. He just took off to go warm up the gerbils on his channel. And
Every time I see you American kids flying down there, I'm like, this seems lawless. You're in an abandoned building, doing whatever the heck he wants. I'm like, I can't do that up here.
Hey, it's America.
Yeah, it's America. We do what we want here. It's
Do
a
what we
free
want.
country.
I am getting that impression.
Mm-hmm. You've noticed all the craziness on the news, so yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
wow,
awesome.
it's like we were really going good. We had good steam, and then our stamina just kind of went.
Well, it's
Bill,
Kenless.
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with flying in your backyard either. By the way.
Well, see, that was something I couldn't tell him before he left. I mentioned it on his Twitter page. Dobo posted that where he said he thinks he hit that tree at 50 miles an hour. I swear it sounds like the drone goes, ugh, when it hits the tree. It does. It sounds like it goes, ugh. And
I heard there was a guy hit a tree flying FPV out of the park we had, and it was way over across the field, and it sounded, I don't know, it sounded like the tree fell down. He hit it so hard.
Yep, I've done that before. So, John, have you had a chance to try out your new goggles yet?
Nope, dude. You know I'm screwed. You know I'm screwed, man.
I tell you what, if I were you, I would have plugged them in by now and just tried them.
But I don't want to ruin the reaction, though.
That's true.
Don't want to ruin the reaction, though, man.
And we've got another guest coming in for the 100 show. He got here a little early because he saw the link, and I guess he saw the absence of the two Kens. And without further ado, Mr. Kelly Shores from Ready, Set, Drone.
Hey.
Howdy, Kelly. How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you great, sir.
Right on. Yeah, I noticed your lack of Ken, so I figured the KE, I could fill in at least the first two letters.
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Well, I just wanted to. Well, I know that he wanted separation from Ken Dono. I wanted to check with Billy if it was okay. He was next to Kelly.
Yeah, I want to be next to Billy. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, you got to go this way. So how's it going? 100 shows. That is stamina. That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, it was just because like I was telling Billy, he was on the very first show, and people expected me to advertise because they're like, oh, we've got this one coming on. You got this one coming on. And like I told everybody from the beginning, it's like drone therapy isn't like that. For me, drones are therapeutic. So if like big name channels are willing to come hang out and not have to worry about, oh my God, I said fuck, then it's better to have them be human and not worried about what their subscribers are going to think. And if I don't advertise, they're going to be on. And
so this is the show where I can curse all I want. I can just go off if I want to. Right?
What was it? I see the way I explained it to you the last time it was on was when Bill and everybody was. It was when we were the Bucket List Boys and Ron.
Right.
Okay, and so it's drone therapy is like that really cool bar. Like after Mick and the boys get done playing at the big arena, they're like they want to wind down and have a beer, and they end up playing on the stage all night long. That's what drone therapy is.
That's the bar in Austin.
Very descriptive.
So I mean, I don't ever want to advertise, except Ed Ricker. Ed Ricker, if you ever come on the show, I'm going to tell everybody and their brother because I went a little overboard with Ed once before, and so Ed was like, "No, I'll never come on your show, even though we're friends." That's
I'll tell you something. I call Ed Lil Eddie, Lil, like a rapper name, Lil Eddie, and he loves that. So. Everyone should start calling him Lil Eddie.
Little Eddie.
There you go, Bill.
Lil.
Lil Eddie. I'm blackballed for infamy.
Yeah. Well, so Steve, Nemo, John, and Ethan. I don't know if I've ever met you guys. Maybe I have in the past, but nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Nice to meet you. Back with, of course. What? Oh, Ron, I thought you had a drone hanging above your head. That's actually the station logo. Is that
I thought the same thing, Kelly. I usually don't get this stuff. Usually John's up here, and I always think John has a drone flying. Yeah.
No, put it back, Bill. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it looks like something's about to eat his brain.
Yeah.
Let me do that thing like very quickly.
We have some of the highest budget graphics here.
Look,
budget
there
graphics.
we go.
I blow
try that.
way too much money on monthly subscriptions to digital media, because I sent Billy that link the other day. I was like, look, man, for like $30 a month you can get these made, and they're professional quality. But like the one I made for this show, I made myself.
Are you talking about that icon was made? You spent $30 on that?
No. I made the icon myself.
Oh, okay. I was going to say
about let's see this. Hang on. For like
Well,
30
first
bucks.
of all, thumbs up for the porn music. I love the porn music.
I
was
thought the
just
same
waiting for
thing
the
first
hot
time I
dog
heard
to
it.
pick up the copy and say,
Same thing,
throw it
too.
all over.
I
I
used to
do
use
whatever I wanted.
No, you're perfectly fine. That's the whole point. But no, what it is you pay for like $30, you get unlimited, renders of whatever, and there's templates like that. Like one of my favorites is like this. And so you can make 50 in a month if you want to. You can sell them for $5 a piece to whomever you want to, whatever.
That actually reminds me of the coolest thing ever that I just got it from Amazon. Let me go grab it real quick. I'll be right
All
back.
right, cool. Hey, what a lead in. Wait a minute. Does anybody else? Will this help anybody else?
It's got that casino vibe to it.
All right, so I'm watching Bardwell's channel about this guy here. This is the GEP RC rocket, and this thing has the DJI air system in it. This thing is amazing. I love this little guy, but it has this USB connector down here that is very difficult. Where is it? Anyway, it's very difficult to get to because it's blocked by these ducts and such. So Bardwell, being the brainiac that he is, he's using these magnetic thingies that I just got today. So these are little magnetic connectors, and they have all kinds of different adapters that go on the end. So you can put like USB-C, you can put USB micro. I'm super excited. I haven't been excited about a package from Amazon in a long time.
Super cool. Very great.
Affiliate link in the description.
Of course.
Okay, and since Kelly had brought it up himself, I will go ahead and do this. Kelly, this is Steve Coutts from Canada. He is a photographer and drone pilot himself. He most recently did a unique video of the Mavic Mini on long exposures using filters from the Freewell company. Hey, look who else got here. Hot damn. Hang on.
Well, hold on. I have to ask Steve. So you said Canada. That's like saying he's from the U.S. Where in Canada are you from?
Right now we're in Trail, BC. It's a small city, southern interior BC. I could actually drive across the U.S. border, well, if I was allowed to, in about 20 minutes from my home. So we're really close, actually.
Oh, nice.
But I was previously in Calgary, Alberta. Now we're in a small little city here.
So western side. My wife is from Brockville, Ontario, and she is currently up on Eastern, but she's up on the upstate New York side. When her parents' house it's in the Thousand Islands. When you look out their front window, you're looking at Grenadier Island in Canada. So they're right on the water, and so I'll be up there later. I'm gonna fly my drone 1 inch across the border and then fly back really quick.
Yeah, really, I'd go fast. Yeah.
I know they're kind of wiggy about it right now.
Oh yeah, everything's a little nutty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who just saw, Mr. Kyle Warner just popped in, the Skydio and Bicycle Man himself.
Nice.
And I really thought that, I'm not going to be mean because, as she pointed out to you in your most recent video, your channel really started to grow when she joined in with you.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
So funny when she looks over and she goes, "Oh, that was about the time the channel started growing, wasn't it?" So it's great to have you in for our 100th show. For those of you who don't know, Kyle did some of the earliest testing with the Skydio. He did a lot of the action testing because he's a world-class mountain biker and does all kinds of videos about mountain bikes and cool stuff. And I'm still wanting to get a bicycle so that I can get into it. Kelly Shores is from Ready Set Drone. I don't know for sure if you know him or not, but I'm sure Kelly does some live streams too. I know that Ron does some live streams. I know that everyone here would probably be more than interested in getting you on your show to talk about bicycles and drones and whatnot. So anybody have any questions for Mr. Kyle Warner while he just jumped in?
Oh, I got a question. So I've been riding mountain bikes since it's 90, 89, around that time frame. I have a specialized camber. It's the 29er, and it's 10 years old. I'm thinking about replacing it. Should I go 29 or 27 and a half?
How tall are you?
6'2", and I weigh 225.
I would do a 29er for sure. Yeah, it's kind of like 29s roll faster and they're really nice. And if you're tall enough to handle it, that's what I would go with usually. But
English, please.
yeah,
we're talking mountain bike. We're talking mountain bike.
But yeah, I was actually. It's funny.
Big ass wheels and or anything.
I was funny, like with the Skydio thing, actually, after we started doing the testing with them in December, I went down to California and I got to visit their HQ, and they like showed me all the back end autonomy stuff and the manufacturing process, and I got to make a video about it, but then they made me keep it private forever. So I have 2 videos that they said are a little bit too exposing of the technology.
Wow.
But,
I wonder what DJI would pay you for those videos.
I know, probably a lot, dude. I sat with the engineer for like 45 minutes and he showed me how it like 3D models the environment and what it looks like and the signature map that it does.
One line of code that if it ever got out, it would be the kernel's 11 herbs and spices. I mean, don't tell anyone.
Can you see here? Can you see Marcus from Idaho Quadcopter is really fanboying on you, Kyle?
Oh, cool.
You first influenced me to buy a Skydio. Now I bought a bike, and I live in Meridian.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
So maybe he wants to. I'm sure because he has a Skydio also. Do you still have any of them? Are you still using any of them?
Yeah, I use mine a lot actually. It's fun. Like I really enjoy it, and they just did a big firmware update, which made it like way more functional, and it kind of gave it better range. And I don't know. I love that drone. It's kind of been interesting. Like I've been filming 4K 60 FPS, so I could use slow-mo stuff a little bit here and there, but it heats up the drone really fast. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to do for thermal stuff coming up. Because like I think after the last update, especially when I fly it, it gets super hot. And we have really like high altitude direct sunlight here in Idaho. So it heats up really fast with that black covering on top. So I'm kind of curious what to do, but maybe I need to make like an umbrella or something.
It came out in like the winter time. So I guess this is the first time it's really being used in hotter environments. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's the first time that they might be even hearing about it.
Well, yeah, it's when you're that hot, it just went for a swim, right?
Yeah.
Chris Hope, did you get your link? Or are you having trouble getting in or what, buddy? See, because I was waiting. I thought Chris was coming. Because Chris does a lot of stuff with Kelly, too. What is it? Was it 2 minutes, 3 minutes of hope? Don't give me a hope.
We might make it 3, though. We could use 3.
Well, yeah, but Chris is – the thing about it is he reminds me of Grizzly Adams, and I'm sorry I'm showing my age by saying that. But he's that laid back, and he's very humble and as helpful as a grizzly bear. No, that's not very helpful. No, but he's a very genuine and frank and as good-hearted a man as I've ever met in my life.
Chris Hope is good people, for sure.
Well, second to Kelly Shores, of course.
Well, thank you.
Who only curses on drone therapy.
Do you have a bleeper? You have one of those bleeper things?
We don't have to worry about that. That's what's so cool, though, because it says adult, don't send your children right off the bat. Also coming up too, Kelly, how about this? Why don't you go ahead and give us an overview of Spin Up, and maybe Kyle, could you possibly telecommute to Spin Up and talk about Skydio?
That would be super cool. So Spin Up is an event we've done for this will be our 3rd year, and this year we're doing it 100% virtual. We have two phases of Spin Up. We have the virtual phase, which is going to be on September 12th, and it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on my channel. I've got several folks, including Brennan from Droner, Ken Herron, and Chris Rollins, and maybe Ken Dono will be coming, and Sean Oz will be coming to Austin and actually co-hosting with me. We've got the DRL is sponsoring, we've got DJI sponsoring, we've got EMAX sponsoring, and we've got Remote Pilot 101. Anyway, lots of giveaways. If you want to know more, you can go to spinup2020.com. And then we're going to do a real-life meetup in Colorado 2 weeks later, September 26th, in Dillon, Colorado, which is where Sean Oz lives. I've been there. It's beautiful. And that is spindown2020.com if you want to go check that out.
super, super cool. But I was thinking, especially since Kyle has super top secret videos that are unable to be released, that, I mean, Kelly is kind of putting together the premier drone community event for consumer pilots around the world. And right now it's basically, located in the U.S. A few Canadian people and stuff coming in. But it would be great to have Skydio represented there, too. Because,
it would be great, except that DJI is my platinum sponsor.
Okay, he can't do anything.
They would not appreciate that. I have an agreement with them that there won't be any direct competitors to them as sponsors. So,
not a sponsor, but he can't. So he couldn't even mention Skydio?
No, he can mention. You said get Skydio involved. So that's what I thought.
Well, I just meant, so you couldn't even have Adam as a speaker, is what you mean.
Well, I can do whatever I want. It just depends on how much I want DJI to keep being a sponsor, right?
Or yeah,
Right.
sending you drones to try out in the future. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
DJI given away in the past. Ron's been there. He's seen the number of giveaways we do. We give away. Ron, talk about it for a second. I mean, it's like every 10 seconds. Now we're giving. Am I exaggerating?
Oh, no. I mean, Kelly's exactly right. I mean, I mean, sometimes at one point you had to do multiple giveaways in a row because you had so much stuff. I can't give away good stuff. You gave away the Mavic 2 and what's the DJI car called, the Robo Master. I remember the big ones, but you had little ones like these neat landing pads that had the metal in them and all sorts of little stuff or whatever, but cool little stuff too. I mean, yeah.
Okay, Chris, try now.
But I can't even begin to think of all the stuff you gave away that day.
Yeah, well, the point being that DJI is very generous with what they're giving away. But I'm kind of excited this year with Emacs. If any of you guys fly Tiny Hawks?
Yeah, I want to
Tiny Hawk story.
I want to tell you race. Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought it would be cool, but it would be great to have Kurt because I know it's great to have exposure for your channel. But maybe you could figure out mountain biking, including in it somehow. I don't want to short him completely on Skydio.
I don't think there's any problem with mentioning Skydio. That's not an issue. Hey, Chris Hope.
The great Chris Hope has arrived.
Kind of how you position it.
Did you hear my description of you earlier, Chris? I figured you'd come in all red cheek going, Bill, I can't believe you said that about me.
Yeah, I went looking for that other Chris and I couldn't find him.
He said if Billy Gibbons was better looking, that's Chris Hope.
Exactly.
Wait, who in the audience, 10 of us knows who Billy Gibbons is?
Yeah, of course, the old man does here.
He's with ZZ Top.
I think that guy needs to find a new name.
My wife, Billy Kyle, my wife always calls you the YouTuber with two first names. She says, "Who's that kid with the two first names?"
Sounds like a cowboy.
Yeah, right.
Bill DeMarco's in the chat and he's hoping for an Inspire giveaway. What do you think?
He's hoping
We're gonna do DJI Inspire giveaway tonight.
Oh, you'd have to ask Kelly Shores that one. I don't have that big a sponsorship.
DeMarco won the deal.
Tell him to buy a ticket to Spin Up, and he's got a good chance of winning the DJI drone.
And he may even win a Mavic 3.
But the thing about it was DeMarco sold Kelly's Zeno to John Cuppi.
Yep, I have your
That's
Zeno,
right.
dude.
Oh, nice. Okay. How's it going? Is it behaving better?
You know what? On the new firmware, it's fine. I was literally just putting down in the chat, DeMarco, that Zeno is still treating me pretty well. It just had a rough run of the firmware.
The Zeno 1 is a better drone than the Zeno 2.
Well, if you want to hear about what an idiot I am and how I don't know how to fly a drone and how I don't know how to calibrate a compass and all that stuff, go read the comments in that video sometime. I got torn apart. There are people that love Zeno, and that apparently I didn't know what the F I was doing.
I did. I saw a bunch of that, and I realized it was yours when I saw the address on the box under the shipping label. Oh my god! So he must have done a review of it.
Yeah.
that was something
Marco
else.
bought his ticket already.
Nice.
Did you wait a minute? Did you go hero? Did you go hero, DeMarco?
Oh man,
Marco is a hero.
I am personally thinking the heroes.
Yes.
What are you guys most excited about in the drone space right now? What's going on that you're most
Magnetic
excited about?
USB connectors.
Longer flight time.
Actually, right here, I just got this bad boy just a couple days ago
Uh-oh.
with the GEP RC with the GEP RC rocket. I've flown more packs with this in the last week than I've flown with all my DJI drones in the last month combined. I have 10 4S batteries that'll work in that. I fly every single one every single time I go out, and then I'm like, I want more. That's exciting.
How about that new DJI Cinewoop coming out in September with stabilization like no one's ever seen in video before?
That would be awesome.
An FPV drone that sits still.
Cinewoops do sit still, Chris.
Kelly, I tell you
Cinewoops.
what, Jeff RC makes good stuff because I have the analog. This is last year's analog.
Yeah. It's got the two cameras. Does
The
that have the?
Cinepro, yep, you know it.
Yeah, I've got that one as well, and I was flying that before this. I love that drone.
This is easily one of my best flying rigs for what it is. You know what I mean? Jeff RC always does a really, really good job. So
But here's the thing. Once you go digital, do you want to go back to analog?
that's a good question.
Ethan?
No, definitely not.
I saw Kelly's face there.
Gary will never. Gary's like refusing to go digital.
Gary,
The
you
thing
know,
is,
DJI.
you can't fly any real tiny whoops yet. Like indoor flyers aren't digital. They're not going to be for a while. I don't think they'll get this unit. I mean, this thing is pretty big and it really gets hot. And so until they can make this small enough to put on I don't really fly this indoors because I'm pretty wild with this, and so I still like the analog for flying around my house in my backyard.
I think what's his name? Tommy. Oh my God, he came out with one of those tiny one of the bigger tiny whoops, and he put the Caddx Vista on it, and that looks to be really good, like a good flyer. I don't even fly my bigger quads much anymore. My 6 and my 5-inch, I fly the 3-inch like all the time, just because it's so like incognito and it does a great job.
You can cram the Vista on a whoop, but I mean, like, it's still not going to be the same as flying something that's like 65 millimeters. You know what I mean? We've still got ways to go.
Yeah, this has flown a few times, but I'm scared. I'm scared to death that I'm going to crash it with the big camera on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but you had the camera mounted on that thing because you showed us.
Wait. So it's got props up and down?
Yeah.
Isn't that something from the new Saw movie?
Yeah. How does that work? I mean, it's one's a pusher and one's a puller?
Right, and it flies this camera.
Wait. You ever thought there?
What? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Nope, it could do full acro like that.
Really?
Is that a 5D?
So,
Hey, does it have turtle mode?
What camera was that?
turtle mode.
Yeah.
Does it have turtle mode? Yeah, flip it over with that camera on it.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a great idea, Nemo.
No, this is one you don't crash. You don't crash this one.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you're not crashing, then you're not flying.
That's true.
Well,
There you go. Yeah.
crashing this one's going to be a little bit more expensive.
A little bit more expensive, right?
Okay.
So, but yeah.
How? What do you want in a drone for your field in general, or what would you like in general?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of just filming for the YouTube stuff lately. And so like for me, having the like kind of one-man band, it's myself and my girlfriend doing all the videos. And so the Skydio has been cool for that just because of the autonomy stuff. But I would also like to have a little bit more cinematic camera, a little bit nicer kind of drone at some point. I want to get one maybe, but I don't know what they're working on over there. But I guess they were really cool actually. And they reached back out and said like, hey, thank you for doing all the videos last year. Like we want to try to compensate you for all that stuff. And it's cool when a company retroactively comes back to support you after you promote them. And so like, I thought that was really cool. And I think they're trying to come out with some more pro grade stuff as well. So
they put out a video a couple of weeks ago. It had Billy in it, had Ken Dono in it, a couple other people in it. And I jumped right on that bad boy because they gave me the top fan diamond. And I was like, well, Kyle Warner put out a lot of videos for you. And the next thing they're like, yeah, Kyle did put out a lot of videos.
Yeah, he did.
Wow,
Yeah.
he sure did. You're right.
Yeah, they're cool though. They reached out to me and they said like if our channel keeps growing, because it's been growing really fast lately, but if we hit 100,000, then they're gonna do a drone giveaway. So that'll be cool. So yeah, so we've been growing like about 1.6 to 2,000 subs a day. So yeah, hopefully in the next couple weeks we can hit that maybe.
Well, that would be great. But the cool thing is something I want to gripe about the Skydio is I would like a log file at least.
Yeah, and color grading wise.
Some manual controls, because I feel like anytime, even if I just pull it out of the card and throw it in, I'm just going to be like, guys, I'm like what they call spectrum blind. I'm not truly colorblind, but I have problems with colors. I can tell the green in the Skydio footage, and I normally don't see green.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because like the team that worked on it, I guess the team that developed the camera is the team that they kind of took from GoPro. So GoPro is known for their oversaturated and overcontrast color profile. And so like when they brought in the team from GoPro, I think that they had a similar look and feel to that. I agree with you. And I've been flying mine with like a Polar Pro ND32 and, flying it just with manual settings, no HDR, all that. And it seems a lot better, but it is overcontrast and oversaturated a little bit. So I would just be stoked to see like a bigger sensor camera on there just to get more quality. But I think they're dealing with heat and like weight and processing power on that thing. So watching them put it together, that thing is jam packed. Like it's tight in there. They have so much going on. So
I feel like with Skydio, like their first one was a total proof of concept, like $2,700 for a drone. Nobody's really buying that, but this is now getting it into more people's hands, and I feel like it's a little bit better than that first one. But I feel like the third one they come out with, which I know they're still trying to like deliver the second one, just because it's in such high demand, and plus just with the virus, they haven't been making them. But I feel like the third one is going to be the one to get. Like the first one's proof of concept. The second one they made a little cheaper and got into people's hands, but that third one I think is just going to blow people away. The second one already does blow people away, but I just can't imagine what they're going to do to make that autonomy even better.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the first one was, like you said, talking to Adam about it, the CEO, he's like, yeah, we made this in my basement. And like, we're just seeing if we get, venture capital money. And so when they got the money, then they started saying like, all right, we're going to do proof of concept. Are people going to use an autonomous drone? And then this is kind of that first drone is like, or this one that they have now, it's like, yeah, they're selling a ton of them. And, the demand is greater than they can keep up with. So it's cool. But yeah, I agree. I totally agree. The third one's going to be insane.
They gotta work on a new remote. I can't.
Yeah, the Parrot Pro thing.
Parrot. I don't understand why they would like try and borrow old technology with a drone that's so high tech. It just doesn't make sense.
I never used the remote. I just used the beacon. The beacon is so cool.
Yeah.
That's now one question, Kyle. Have you tried doing the autonomous landing?
Unless you're in the cranberry field.
Have you tried to land it on the case autonomously, like where it sees the mark on the case and lands on top of it?
I haven't yet. I always just catch it just because I'm always using it out in like the trails and stuff. So if I like let it get low, it just shoots dirt all over itself and like gets the lens all dirty. So I always just catch it. But but from what I've seen, it does work, but it seems to not be like completely accurate. Like it moves a few inches side to side.
That'd be Buddy and Kelly. I downloaded the software the next day I went out and I went 5 for 5 having it land on the case.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I remember they were talking about that and they were thinking about you can actually just make a sticker and you can put it on anything you want, and as long as it has a logo on it, you can have it land anywhere.
Well, John Oz is going to tattoo it on his hand so he can just stick his hand out.
That's what I was talking. That's what I was talking to you about the other night, Kelly, was the nudge feature. When you put it into the mode and it recognizes the case, instead of like full forward or back, they kind of turn into slight movements or nudges so that you can center the drone more over the pad and then just let it go down and land.
So Sean he shot a demo of that, and I filmed it for him actually at his dad's ranch here in Austin or outside of Austin, and we were 3 for 3, and then he put it on a skateboard, an electric skateboard, and just gave it a little juice, and it tried. If you went really slow, it could do it, but what it does, it kind of finds the mark. You get a camera view of it, and it highlights it in the app, and then it faces the camera down, goes down, hovers, and then it like probably the last 10 inches, it just drops. It just like boom, like all right, we're here, we're going down. It doesn't do it subtly at all.
And get that orange ring, Kelly. It's the orange ring, and then you know it's found it. and it comes down. Now I was positioning the drone like kind of pretty much over the pad, and then like hitting the button. But Scudio replied to my video and said I did not have to do that. All I had to do was be within range of the camera, being able to see the case.
So it could be anywhere in the frame, even if it's pretty like in the corner and it's small.
That's what Scudio told me. As long as the drone can see the case, I got too exact in my video.
Yeah, when I was when I was going through the autonomy features with the engineer, he showed me how it 3D models the environment around itself, and it'll model up to 600 feet in every direction. So on the video, he pulled up my footage of me riding, and he just paused it, and you can see the entire environment, all the bushes, all the trails, rocks 300, 400 feet away, and it kind of is predicting your path, and then it predicts what obstacles it may have to come in contact with. So I was kind of blown away because it shows
incredible.
It's a 3D environment, and in purple, dark purple is stuff that's really close, yellow is stuff that's a little bit further away. It's really cool.
I wonder what kind of processing power that thing has got to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It says it on their website.
That's why it gets warm.
Right.
This is where the Terminator starts.
Yeah, pretty much. Skynet.
We're talking about the mock HDR. It's not true HDR because it doesn't shoot 10-bit color.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all gung ho. But the thing about it is HDR is more of a preference kind of thing, I guess you would say.
It's kind of too if you don't know exactly what you're doing, then it can save you a lot better. If you can kind of get it to select whatever high dynamic range you want if you're not really sure exactly how you want the footage to turn out. So I think that's why it's interesting how in the manual settings you don't have the HDR option, but if you do auto, you do, but then you don't have control over the shutter speed. So it's kind of
it's
I don't know.
It's usually with any camera when you shoot in HDR, you don't have control over it.
Right.
Same with the Mavic Air 2, you don't have control over it.
Right.
I see on their website right here, it says, at the heart of the Skydio 2 is the NVIDIA Tegra TX2, the fastest, most powerful, efficient, embedded AI computing device available with 256 GPU cores capable of 1.3 trillion operations a second. That's insane.
That's pretty fast.
That's amazing. This guy is the only drone I have where like in the wintertime, I would go down to the beach, but I'd park on the street. And instead of taking my drone equipment to the beach to fly, I would just immediately launch a Skydio in the street, put it in file mode, and I walk to the beach with the rest of it. I don't even pay attention to it. It follow me to the location where I actually want to start flying. And it avoids me taking a landing pad or hand catching it because I just take it off from the street. Again, I just let it follow me along.
People dude, you got a drone tracking you. You might want to. Look
Yeah. I could tell. I tell somebody, well, that's those spy drones you always hear about in the on the internet or whatever.
What I was talking about was Rec 2020, right? Because that's more or less the standard HDR codec.
So
right,
there's
Ethan. Go ahead, Ethan.
Yep. Well, I've actually got a video coming up on this very, very soon. So. But you want to be in Rec 2020 or Rec 2100, and that's usually you call it HDR 10 or HLG or Dolby Vision, which needs a special license to use that. But
something I wanted to share off of Kyle's channel real quick. This is one of my favorite videos he did. He's probably like, "What's he talking about?" But I want you all to see this because it's really cool, and it really blew my mind that he did this because I've never done this in a million years. You could have paid me to do this, man. Paid me to do this.
Oh yeah.
No. No.
Yeah, the white line. That one is scary. That was pretty scary.
So, Kyle, we were, my wife and I were there, I think 2 years ago, and we were on a Jeep trail, and we were watching people on bikes across the canyon do that, and it was just mind blowing how scary that is.
Yeah, my heart's racing right now just watching it.
is that Moab?
Yeah, it's in Sedona, but
Sedona,
very similar looking. But,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that line, if he skips ahead, is pretty silly, but it's scary. I guess the first person to ever do it was Barnum and Bailey's circus performer, and so
in a barrel.
in a unicycle. So he was like,
oh,
so they're like,
are you
it's a
serious?
circus. Yeah. So that was like his trick, like his big trick was doing this white line on a unicycle. So I guess it was like, a circus trick first before it was anything else. And then people started trying to ride it. But
That is just crazy.
it's actually funny because if you're calm, it's not bad. But it just, if your brakes were to fail or something, it'd be so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Not be fun.
He's like checking his heart rate. Oh, yeah. I was like, the minute I saw this, I was like, no. And you're talking about your fears here. And I'm like, dude, I'd be terrified. I'm like, why am I up here? Why did I even volunteer for this? Now it's even like, there you go. Watch first person.
Remember when you went on that Jeep tour?
Oh yeah,
And that white line with the bicycle, the guy on the
Skydio tracking it here.
Yeah, that was Skydio.
Yeah.
Man.
That's wild.
that is
It's like 600 feet down to the bottom or something, but
It's like squash.
yeah, this is like that big turn you have to do.
What?
So do you feel your tires slipping at all when you're doing that?
Yeah, it's steep too. Like, and then you skid down that kind of, and then have to turn. But I guess the bad crashes happen when they hit that big rock on the right, and that's when that bike tomahawked down the hill.
Is it like Slick Rock? I mean, does it feel like Slick Rock?
Yeah.
And the ironic thing about, because I've been to Moab twice and ridden there twice, and the ironic thing about Slick Rock is very grippy.
Yeah, they should call it grip rock, unless it's wet.
Or Freedom Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, now you're showing your age, man. But I'll be honest, the cool thing about, if you haven't checked out Kyle's channel, is how he will give you an introduction to mountain biking. Like, I knew nothing, like front braking. I knew nothing about positioning on the bike or any of that till I watched that the other day. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It makes sense now. Because used to be the front brake was just instant death, oh, I'm doing 10 million miles an hour down the hill on my 10-speed. Oh, the back brake's gone.
Yeah, well, it's cool too. Like with you guys as resources, like when I was trying to figure out how to use the drone, and I got that Skydio, I'd never flown a drone before, and so I was like, I just kind of told them like, hey, can I try this thing out at a demo? And they're like, have you used a drone before? I'm like, yeah, for sure. And they like let me take it for a day, and I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So like trying to learn this whole thing with all your guys' resources has been really cool too.
Well, and here's the thing. I know that, like I said, Ron Brown has started. He has a show called Drone Nation. I know he's very interested in getting you on his show, Steve Coutts, and I'm sure he wants to have you on too as well, Kyle. But Kyle's also very busy, and eventually, of course, you know what's kind of wild? Kyle should be racing right now. But he's not.
I know. I have a race on Saturday actually, but I don't know what's happening with all this COVID stuff. Like, it seems like every day it's been getting shut down more and more. So they just made like a
new bike, didn't they? And everything. They were like, your whole year was sponsored.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good. It's good. Like that we're turning it into something productive with all the video stuff. But I mean, everyone had a huge wrench thrown in their plans. So I don't know. It was funny talking to the Skydio guys. I'm like, how you doing? They're like, oh, well, we're not allowed in the office for 3 months. So we're not really making anything.
I'm going to tell you this. My wife wasn't really interested in getting a bicycle until she saw April's bike. And she was like, cool. Oh, did they make them that color? I was like, yeah.
That's one. I'm building a new one for her in the back right now. So.
Oh, okay, cool. So anybody with any new drone news? Ron, do you want to kiss up to these people and say, because I know you were sending private messages in the background. I don't know if they saw all that or not. So that's why I figured I'd go ahead and introduce you to let Steve know that you want to get him on. And I know that
Steve and StreamYard just hit the private chat thing. I just sent you a little message.
Yeah, he just said he'd really like to get you on sometime. And
this is the best way to contact you. At some point, we can talk a little more.
I just went to, like me, I went to his YouTube channel and got his email address, and I emailed him.
You never know if anybody reads their YouTube.
Well, he's credited it. Credited every day.
And I want to compliment Chris Hope on the latest 2 Minute of Hope. I guess I saw it on Kelly's show first, then I watched your version of it. I really enjoy your stuff. Was that the video for the Penny Packer Bridge? Was that from Spin Up last fall?
Yes, sir. That was from there.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, the guys went out early Sunday morning at sunrise at Spin Up last year to the Pennypacker Bridge in Austin. I think led by Kelly, of course. I know Drone Bum was there. Steve Carpenter was there. If I'm missing any names, throw them in.
Eddie was there. Genesee was there.
Yeah, Jenna.
It was a great crowd. And you know, Chris, the thing I was impressed about that first time I flew under that bridge, I hesitated, and you did not hesitate. You just went. I mean, it's a big space, right? But I remember just thinking, man, if I get this wrong, my I think it was the first time I did it was my Mavic Pro. My Mavic Pro is going in the water, and the ironic thing is I ended up putting that Mavic Pro in the water later. So.
Yes, you did. It didn't float, did it?
Well, it just flipped upside down.
The wind got it. That's right. Yeah.
No, that was fun morning. You filed some boats that day, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, that's the Colorado River, right, Kelly?
It is. Yep. It feeds into Lake Travis.
Travis, yeah.
Well, Austin and then Travis.
It's a nice, big, wide river. Yeah.
Hey guys, is it warm in Texas today?
Yeah, is it what? We're officially starting summer this week, I think.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be hundreds in the hundreds this weekend here.
Man, the hottest it's gotten here is like 71. But I mean, I live way up here in the corners, so
we didn't have enough.
It was hot in the Jersey Shore today. I think it got up to a balmy 83 degrees today.
We didn't have enough humidity, so we got 10 inches of rain in 24 hours. So we're stocked up now.
We got I think 4 inches yesterday. Of course, which normally we get misty rain all the time.
Yeah.
We don't normally get like downpours, but yeah, here lately it's been like we'll just get really, really bad rains and it just quits and the sun comes out. That's different. Anyway.
Have you got anybody else that wants to come in, Bill?
Do what now?
Have you got anybody else that would like to come in?
I got one maniac that does tattoos that was thinking about coming in for a little bit.
All right, let me get out of here, man. And congratulations on 100, and thank you very much for the kind words earlier.
I'm very grateful, sir, and you're always welcome here. And I really wanted you on. The reason being was because Steve, it happens that Chris is a really big-time Mavic Mini man, too, and Steve is a big-time Mavic Mini man because I used to give Steve a hard time about being a Spark man. But
I move very slowly.
So yeah, and I'm grateful for having you on, sir, and you're always welcome here. Thank you for coming on.
Y'all good,
Chris, man.
And congrats on the next. See y'all later.
We'll see you at the thousands, like you were saying earlier.
Exactly.
Thousands. He texted me earlier and he says, "Well, see you on the congrats on 1,000."
Hey, well, wait, I have
Bill,
a question for you guys.
Run.
Oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
guys.
See you, Billy.
Oh, I was going to ask you about how
See you
you're
guys, Bill.
doing.
Thank you.
Do that. Say that for another show. You take care.
He already talked to him about the tiny hawk. I already talked to him about the tiny hawk
for some reason.
Huh?
I didn't catch that then for some reason.
I didn't hear you. Say it one
Never
more time.
mind. Don't worry about it.
What? Say it again. Say no more. But yeah, it was kind of chaotic tonight because we had so many people on, and so many people there were unique personalities here, and I think that like Kelly saw Kyle and it was like, oh hi, and and hey, here we go, there we go. Now we can really talk. Now we can, look, Kyle's sandwiched between them, no less.
And just let me know, guys, because it turns out I don't have any headphones with me. So if I'm getting a feedback loop, let me know, and I'll just bail.
No, you're good. You're good.
Great, Sean.
We were already talking about spin up, spin down. Kelly was talking kind of nice about you.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate that.
Well, no, I was saying how everybody should check out the video you made of the Skydio landing on the case. Like that video turned out great. And it nailed it.
Appreciate that.
Well, have you ever seen Kyle's channel before, Sean? Kyle Warner?
Did he get the Skydio early and do a couple of mountain bike videos with it early? Because he looks familiar.
He has done a lot of stuff in the mountain bike.
That was what I did with the Skydio mostly, though.
Okay. Yeah. You look familiar. So
he's won a championship or two as a mountain biker.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Weren't you like super young, or they were like giving you like because you won when you were younger or something?
Yeah, but I won like 3 in a row of the national championships, but then I kind of got like burnt out on it a little bit, and then yeah, stopped doing that as much. And then I know it's been cool doing more video content stuff, but I was stoked. Like I actually, contacted the Skydio guys originally because I was like really wanted a drone and I didn't know what to do. Like I was like, oh, I kind of want a Mavic. I don't know what to do, and saw that one, and then just ended up working out a relationship with them. But
Oh, that's awesome.
I was curious, like with you guys, or what you think, like with the Mavic 2 Pro and then like the Zoom. Have you guys used both of those? And what do you guys think about like the whole Zoom feature on that? Like if you're trying to do more cinematic stuff.
I actually prefer the Zoom over the Mavic 2 Pro. I live up here in the Rocky Mountains, so similar to you, kind of Moab and all the kinds of stuff around you. Being able to zoom in on stuff that's that far away makes a world of difference on the scale of these mountains. Because if you're zoomed out like with a regular Mavic 2 Pro, the mountains don't look as massive. They just look like little tiny dots in the background. So for me, being able to zoom in on nature stuff makes a world of difference. And to be able to zoom out at the same time you're panning and strafing and doing all this other stuff, you can have a combination of shots that you just can't get with the other one, unless you're just a stickler for the highest end 4K.
The 1-inch sensor is the big difference because the Zoom is using 1/2, I think, and the Pro is using a 1-inch sensor. If you're flying in plenty of light, it's actually pretty hard to tell the difference between the footage, in my opinion. If you're flying in low light, you'll see the difference because the 1-inch sensor will make a big difference. But I agree with Sean. I actually prefer the Zoom, and I've got them both, and I think the Zoom is so useful to it's the same drone. It just has a different camera. I wish it had a bigger sensor, but I'll trade that for the optical zoom. It's 24 to 48 millimeter.
Yeah, and that's a big range too.
Yep. It is. And Kyle, I'm on the other end of the spectrum where I really like having the 10-bit and the Hasselblad color science. So, that's like a really big difference for me.
Right?
Really?
Yeah. Like when I was shooting weddings on the East Coast, the pictures, the photos that you can get out of the Mavic 2 Pro, rival the DSLRs that the photographers were using on the ground. So,
keyword though, photos. So I still think the Mavic 2 Pro is better for photos, although that the 48 megapixel option on the zoom is incredible and really does compete with the 2 Pro still. But if you're doing just photos, if you're a photo guy, which I assume you're a video guy, I'd say Zoom for video, 2 Pro for photos.
And just like anything in life, you just want both of them, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'd really like to have is the Air 2 with the zoom on it, and then I could just scrap it. No, let's go even further. I'd like the Skydio 2 to have a better damn controller and signal.
Yeah.
And then I would scrap everything else I own. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating French fries here.
How about the Mavic 3 has a 1-inch sensor and a zoom built into it both?
I think it's supposed to be interchangeable cameras.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
The Skydio has a style to it, man. It's just the drone itself is so well put together and made. Hey, I know that ugly mug.
Hey, by the way, his dad, Sean's dad is a Aggie. And so there's a big rivalry between Longhorns and Aggies. And I got a lot of grief for wearing that shirt.
Oh, boy.
I should have warned you.
YouTube. Haven't used that one in a while. I'm here with Ready, Set, Drone. This is Kelly Shores, and I am Sean Oz. This is the World of Oz. And if you are not familiar with the channel, we mess around with drones, action cameras, 360 cameras, and all of that fun stuff. Electric skateboards in the Rocky Mountains. Although today we are not in the Rocky Mountains, as you might be able to tell. We are here in Austin, Texas, visiting my good buddy with...
I noticed it. Look at the little orange ring right there.
Sean, did you get that tattooed on your hand yet?
Nothing. No, not yet. I haven't had time to make another video showing it. But it blew my mind. I mean, the reactions in that video were 100% real.
Yeah.
We started pushing that skateboard, and it actually recorrected to come back down to the new spot, and then I pushed it again, and it did it again. Both of us were just like, no freaking way.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about the Skydio is that I've had the same drone since October of last year, and I fly it all the time in all kinds of trees and overhead, barriers and all kinds of stuff, and I haven't really crashed it yet. I had one crash early on, and it was like it basically kind of lost sight of me. It tried to pick someone else up and like hit me, and it crashed. But that was like first firmware, and then since then I've had the same drone, same propeller, same everything. It's crazy.
Wait a minute, you said it hit you? Now
Yeah,
we know why he has a new drone.
Yeah. Early on it did, but that was like first week they sent me it or whatever. But I don't know, it's crazy to think about that because I watch all my friends kind of go through drone parts fairly regularly if they use it a lot mountain biking and stuff. So
Do you fly FPV, Kyle, at all?
I haven't. I would love to. Yeah, I would love to. I haven't really done that yet, but I want to get like a little setup. I just don't know what would be a cool one to practice with.
I want
Wait, somebody say FPV?
I want to jump. I want to jump in just really quick because our warrior on the front lines of the COVID virus has to take off now and spend some time with his other half. So I'm going to let Ethan say his good evenings.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's been a great night. Great to see all the guests coming in. And with that, Bill, congratulations on 100, and I will see you guys next week.
Thank you very much, sir. Stay safe.
See you guys.
Stay safe.
Hey, Bill, can I ask a quick question? We got Kelly and Sean on here, on the Texas guys on here. Who actually does have the best college football program in Texas?
You know what? It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it does it, yeah.
I thought I was going to finally get the definitive answer to that question.
No, Texas has sucked for the last 5 years, so I can't say much.
Yeah, it was like that just a minute ago until Ethan left. And that's the way they all became the Brady Bunch.
Hey, Bill, I'm gonna have to head out as well.
Oh, you're just gonna go build airplanes tomorrow? There ain't nothing to be safe about that.
I don't build them; I repair them.
Oh, well, even see,
Get it
I'm
right.
wrong
Bill.
about it.
Get it right.
Needs-
What kind of airplane are you repairing? Just curious.
Right now, I'm working on a A321 for American Airlines. So
Wow. Well, thank you.
Wow.
I used to fly American a lot, so I'm glad to know they're getting them fixed.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you, Gary. Glad you were here. Have a good rest. We'll see you next week.
I just like to say, Kelly, I totally mistook you for somebody else. I finally know now who you. I knew who you were. I'd watched your channel back when I got a Phantom 3 and I started watching you.
Sweet.
So now I know who you are. I had you totally confused with somebody else, and I apologize. Kyle, I remember seeing you when I'm not a GPS guy anymore, but I remember watching, the Skydio when it first started taking off, and I remember I recognized you from the videos, and I just wanted to say that. And everybody else, Ethan, Ron, John, and Bill, of course, it's great to be a part of this. Congratulations on 100, and I will be back. And Steve, too, as well. I'm sorry. I remember you now, Steve.
I'm not that memorable.
He's just so laid back, man. It's like
Take it in the show. It's been a good show.
It's like smooth jazz, man. It's just kind of back over.
Sure.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Good night, Gary.
Thank you.
It's always great. You take
well.
care.
Oh, I'm all by myself down here.
Hey, Kelly, what was the name of that?
Better to see you eat
drone?
with.
The name of which?
That little FPV drone you had there?
Oh, it's the Gep RC rocket, and there are two versions. There's one that has the full DJI Air system, and then one has the Coutts system. And the Coutts is a little less expensive. It's also a little lighter weight. But the disadvantage of the Coutts is you can't record directly on the drone. Whereas with this one, it has an SD slot so you can record. If you end up getting this, they do sell a whole kit where you can get the DJI remote. And like I said, this just came in a couple of days ago, so I still have all the boxes sitting here and the goggles. It's about $1,000, but I honestly have to say, somebody asked the most exciting thing I've got in drones in a while. This is definitely, aside from my magnetic USB cables, this is it.
Yeah.
John, was that the system you recommended for me on Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Because you can get it with. I would never get that Phantom controller, obviously, because I've got my own remotes and all that. But Ron, you would feel right at home buying the literal complete DJI package, and they had a super sale for Father's Day. That's why I dived in and got mine.
So that would be a ready to fly kit then, almost.
Yeah,
They're calling it now that a ready to fly kit. They have that now.
It is. I mean, you don't have to do very much. And again, I was watching. That's actually why I was watching Bardwell. There were a couple things I couldn't figure out, but it wasn't very hard. I can help you through it. But John? Are you flying it with the Free Sky radio?
Yeah, I've been flying it with Free Sky, and I also just recently picked this up. I don't know if you have heard about Crossfire.
Yeah.
The Tango 2. I'm
You like that one?
Yeah, I'm moving toward Crossfire for all
after he bricked it, he liked it
mostly.
Yeah, I didn't break it. It comes with a bug. Like everyone needs to update. Actually, TBS is kind of scrambling on that. They're kind of working on fixing that or something or other. I don't know, but either way, yeah, I've been really impressed with this radio.
And that's more of like a video game style, huh?
Yeah, well, you can pinch with it though. It's you can do both.
I'm a total thumber. But I've got the X Lite, the Free Sky X Lite, which is a similar form factor, and I really like it a lot. That's what I put all my Tiny Hawks on is and if you guys haven't ever tried the newbie drones, yeah, that's the X Lite's the one I had it's the red one I had in Colorado. Yeah,
that's a nice controller. I like that one.
Yeah, you flew with that a little bit. Yeah. It's a fun one.
I'm an Xbox video game player myself, so like grabbing it just felt right.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ron, if you haven't ever done, I don't know how much FPV you've done. You can get some nice little all-in-one kits that aren't too expensive that at least give you a taste for it, for like a little tiny whoop style versus, unless you just want to drop $1,000 right out of the gate and get the ready to fly thing. But once you get used to it and you go to the digital system, it really is very hard to want to go back to analog because the picture is just so clear.
Right. He waited until Gary left to say that.
We always talk about this a lot on a lot of the shows, Kelly. The problem is a lot of things is you go out and you just want to get started with something. So you go out and you spend a couple $100, like we talk, a couple $100 on something, but then 6 months later you outgrow it and then you want to get the better one. Then you've kind of like almost like spent twice because you're not really going to fly the thing.
Yeah, if you just buy the better one.
Like people want the Mini. If you go out and get the Mavic Mini and you outgrow it in 6 months and you go get the Air 2 then or whatever, then you spent, instead of spending $400, you spent like $1,200 because you quickly progress to another drone. And that's where I'm stuck on FPV. Do I get a bunch of cheap drones and just learn for a while? I have a couple cheap ones right now.
Yeah,
do I go all the way in right away and only spend once?
There's a saying called buy once, cry once.
There you go. There you go.
Just do
Kyle,
that.
Kyle, one of my biking buddies always says, and this works for drones or bikes, but what's the perfect number of bikes or drones to own? It's N+1, where N is how many you have now.
Yep.
Oh, no. You all didn't see my shirt then, did you?
What does it say?
Says, wait. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it to where you all can read it. Well, it says, I promise I won't ask for another one until next week.
So, Cal, do you ever come out to Summit County, Colorado, and ride mountain bikes up here on all the mountains?
Yeah, I have. I've raced out there a bunch in Colorado, and like my current sponsor is based out of Carbondale, so pretty close by. And I haven't been out to Colorado recently, but I used to race out there like 3 to 4 times a year. So
I'm up in Silverthorne, Dillon. That's where we're holding the Spin Down event this year. If you were on when they were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, that's cool.
Except when I stuck my foot in my mouth and tried to invite Scottio, and Kelly's like, "Whoa!"
That's actually Spin Up. They can come to Spin Down. That's
no, you can invite them down to. I actually threw them an email to see if they wanted to throw us any swag to give away. Because I'm actually posting. I'm trying to get some demos, and my buddy Jonathan Buckhouse, who totally different type of YouTube channel, is down to do a little sit down, a small gathering, informal, with whoever wants to on YouTube on how to make it a business for yourself with under 10,000 subscribers, so that you can go full time.
Is he the guy you were telling me about that's making some bank on partnerships and sponsorship deals?
Yeah, he's killing it. Like
really?
He went full time at 8,000 this season. He bought a motorhome, or not a motorhome, like a trailer to pull, and they're driving around. They're at Mount Hood right now, still snowboarding.
Where's he monetizing from that then? Like, is he just getting partnerships with brands, or is he doing affiliate, or
he's selling T-shirts?
Oh yeah, merchandise.
Yep.
Awesome.
He's killing it like that. I mean, he's also younger than I am, So he doesn't need as much money to live probably per month. As
We need comfortable beds, us old guys.
But he does have a family, so he's got a little 2-year-old and his wife. So
what's his YouTube channel about?
Snowboarding.
Or what, like snowboarding?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yes,
It's interesting. Daily snowboard vlogs.
Sean was also in the video I was telling you about that. It's like kind of like a promo thing they did here recently, and it had Sean in it, had Billy in it, had Ken Dono in it, but you were conspicuously absent. And I was like, I'm going to point this out to them. And so they did, But
Yeah, I was really flattered, Bill, that they had me on that.
It was awesome. I'm flattered that I actually know you and Billy and Ken and stuff like that. But see, it was kind of cool because when I met Kyle, he had you had 1,400 subscribers,
maybe even less. Yeah, less. Yeah,
and he was just so open, and we all hung out for 3 hours, just bullshitting about the Gadio and everything. And then all at once, he just kind of went boom,
Yeah.
and it's 70,000 subscribers,
wow.
almost 80,000 subscribers. And I was but here's how you get in touch with Kyle. You have to let him know, because this is something that Kelly pointed out the first time he was on my show. He was like, it's Coast to Coast Drones and Drone Therapy and you got so many names, man. It's hard to keep up with who you are actually online. So, but anyway, that was kind of. So what I do is I'll go watch one of Kyle's videos and I'll say, "Hey, remember me? deadtalk52@gmail.com," and he'll be like, "Oh, Bill sent me a message, man. All right." So,
what's your channel, Kyle?
It's just called Kyle and April Ride MTB. And it's just about basically me teaching my girlfriend how to ride, and we grew from 4,000 subs to 76,000 this month. So
wow.
Yeah, it's been growing really fast.
That much in a month?
Yeah, so it's been crazy.
That's insane.
When we got featured as the next YouTube creator on the rise, so they put us under Kanye West for a whole day on the trending page. So that was kind of
which made you grow even more, right?
Yeah. So we got 4,000 subs that day, and then we've been averaging 2,000 a day.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube since 2008, and I just now today hit 13,000 subs.
Yeah, I don't I grinded on it for a solid year, and then basically just I think everything kind of came together at the right time, all the back end stuff.
Yeah,
because April came on.
Yeah, and April came on, but the biggest thing, honestly,
it gives him hell about it too, man. They'll be on camera and she'll be like, "Yeah, that one I came on, right?"
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
The biggest thing I will say though is you just have to really do all the back end research really well, all the tagging, locations, and everything, so that YouTube knows to promote your videos for you.
I do all that. So 2008 till I'd say 2 or 3 years, 3 years ago or so, before I moved to the mountains, I pretty much just made a video here and there, whatever. And about 3-4 years ago is when I went serious with it and started. Dude, I am an analytics freak.
Yeah, same.
Talk to you about it all day long. I could tell you how to 100% successfully grow a YouTube channel easily. But the problem I have, Kyle, is that I am sort of a little. I don't just focus on a small niche. My niche is
you're not
wide, and so I grow a little slower than some people.
That's cool though, because then at least
you're not niched.
At least you're growing an audience based on you, and that's all that matters, is having loyal people that care about you. And that's the biggest thing we've been doing is on this growth curve that we're on, I try to respond to every comment, and so we've gotten about 8,000 comments this month, and so I sit down and I sit down for hours and just respond, and so we did a giveaway at 50,000 subs, and I got 1,200 emails in a week of people entering the giveaway. Wow. So we're converting really good, just because you take all the time, and it's just like anything in life. If you put more time than anyone else is willing to do, then you're gonna go far, right? So it's been cool, and I don't know how long the growth curve will last, but if we can hit 100,000, I'd be stoked. And my goal is to just make it so my girlfriend doesn't have to work full time next year.
Yeah, that'd be. Are you doing on YouTube full time now then?
No, she works 40 hours a week and helps him.
Yeah, and then I'm a professional racer, so I've had sponsors since 2013. But yeah, I'm kind of we're monetizing a little bit, but I'm curious on how to do that more effectively. I have a meeting with a trademark lawyer tomorrow for a name we're going to trademark and all that. And I don't know, it seems like you just have to put out valuable content, not try to bullshit too much, and then just make people feel welcome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you buy your channel name as a domain name, like the .com of it?
Yeah, I did. I bought like ridemtb.com. So like it'd almost be like buying flydrones.com. Like pretty. So we got that. It was like like $2,000, but I feel like it'll be worth it long term.
It will be for sure. Well, and in case you all didn't realize, I put this panel together because I thought that the group would benefit from meeting each other, because I thought that there was enough of a combination of what everybody's interests were to where everybody would tickle everybody's fancy. So it was great to have. It was great to have everybody on here. I feel bad because usually most of the people that are here tonight are used to being the center of attention, and everybody here had to kind of take their turn in the spotlight, I guess it were. I'm very grateful that everyone got to spend the time with me. I know that everyone is potentially needing to go do things with their family, and I would like to take this opportunity to offer you that chance if you would like to take off now. Anybody want to take off? Anybody want to talk about drones more? Or?
I'm going to go eat dinner. I haven't actually eaten yet. So
that would be fantastic, sir. I understand that.
Thank you. Great to meet all you guys. Hey, yeah, I know. Sean's making me hungry with all that eating.
I'm working all day.
I'll say, Kyle, my hope would be that someday I would be a good enough FPV pilot to chase you down that line.
That'd be cool.
I mean, you watch some of that footage of the professional and DRL and freestyle pilots doing that with mountain bikers, and it's just so insane. And you've already had a Skydio hit you, so it sounds like
you
got a helmet, you probably got a mask on. It's all good.
That's why I had the time.
I don't think Skydio is going to bite like an FPV drone.
Oh yeah.
You get one that's ducted. I don't think this thing's fast enough. Honestly.
Yeah, okay, but let's put him in a 5-inch and see what happens.
I actually, it's funny. The first time I flew this, I had it sitting on a case, probably about 10 feet in front of me, and I guess I had the battery too far back, and the center of gravity was off, and I was holding it when I turned it on. I didn't let it calibrate properly, so I guess it wasn't. As soon as I took off, it flew back and it actually hit me, but it didn't hurt.
Kelly, I'm going to be posting tomorrow a 360 video of the spin down location, so people can turn the camera and look around as I go from the location to the hotel to the bowling alley and back.
Yeah, if anybody wants to come to Colorado, we have a limited amount of space because of COVID. They're only letting 50 people in this outdoor pavilion. It's a big space, but social distancing. So I think we have less than 20 tickets left at this point. There's about 18 tickets left. So awesome. we're it's going to be fun. But thanks, guys. Really had a good time being here. I feel honored to have been here and to have been. I guess I would be Alice in the Brady Bunch, right?
Yes. You would be right now.
Okay, Bill. Who played Alice?
Oh, I don't.
Anyone?
Ron. We got
Alan Foosley.
Ann B. Davis.
Yes, Ann B. Davis. There we go. Yes, that does sound familiar.
Alice.
There we go.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Kelly.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night. It was great to have you.
Bill, I'm gonna run too. I just want to congratulate you again on the 100th episode. I mean, it's a tremendous milestone. You deserve all the credit, all the hard work you put in over. What is it? Is this the course of how many years? 3 years?
Yeah, and the reason it's the season 4 is because we kind of had to do a switch mid-season, and we just kind of redid everything. But yeah, it's over 3 years and going. Yeah, and we've really been charging hard this year. We started right after January, the first week of January, and we've been going ever since.
And again, I wasn't on the first episode, but I was in the audience. I was in the chat that night. So again, congrats again. And Steve, it's always a pleasure to have you. And I watch, as many of your videos as I keep up with. I really enjoy them. I enjoyed that one where you went to a location and you never did get to fly. I even thought that was unique or whatever. So I really like that kind of concept. But always, I love your stuff. Always great to talk to you. Look forward to doing something with you, someday, whatever. Because I'm into photography as much as I am drones, so I think we have that in common.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I think? I think it would probably be better. We're just going to go ahead and wind everything down. If you can hang out for just a second, I will let our guests go ahead and say a quick good evening to everyone, and then I'll throw it back to you all, and we'll go ahead and end it up. I just wanted to say to each and every one of you in the crowd that's in the chat that has been here off and on all night long, please come back and join us, because next week we actually go rogue, which just basically means that we'll talk about whatever the chat wants to talk about, because we lost our way with that. We started having big name guests on and thought we were arrogant and stuff. But the whole point is the drone community is a great community, and we want to give back to the drone community. So from now on, drone therapy is going to be rogue, and we're just going to be spontaneous on whatever you all talk about from now on. And I'm going to say, first off, I'm going to say, Sean Oz, would you like to say your good evenings and anything you have coming up on your channel or in the future?
Yeah, first, let me congratulations on the 100. I busted ass today to try to make sure I could come here to tell you that live like this. I actually called my appointment and tried to push them forward. That way I'd be able to catch you before the show was over. And I'm stoked that I was able to. So, again, congratulations on the 100. Thank you very much for inviting me. For myself, the channel, I've got, like I said, a 360 video of spin downs location. So you can jump on. It should be up by tomorrow and actually touch the screen, move it around, and see the location just so you can get an idea of where it is and what it is. And then back onto other things. I have some more Skydio videos I'm working on and some more Air 2 videos that are going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. And I'm actually trying to start doing once a month sort of a story-based video that's mainly for myself, but I think I'm going to share with the viewers just little stories and really fun ways to edit things up here in the mountains to share. And then, of course, as winter rolls back around, we'll be hitting the snow again. That's about it.
Very cool. And next up, I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Steve Coutts.
Well, thanks very much, Bill, for having me on the show. I really do appreciate being here. I didn't contribute a lot tonight, but well, I was just happy to be a guest and listen to all these other fellows talk. I mean, it was a great conversation, and I took in as much as I could. And yeah, just great being here, and good seeing all of you. And maybe we'll do it again.
Before I throw it over to Kyle real quick, I wanted to say something to you, Steve. The reason I enjoy having you on is your really laid back demeanor. Your videos and stuff, you explain thoroughly, and even to where I can understand how to do it. So for an old guy like me to be able to understand and comprehend, because stuff that I learned when I was like 8 and 10 years old, I have difficulty with now. So I'm grateful to be able to understand it. And that's part of why I enjoy having you on here, because I feel you kind of add that stabilizing factor to the panel. So, and I'm grateful for having you on like that. And Mr. Kyle Warner, before I highlight you and let you say something, I wanted to tell you basically the same thing, that like I was expressing earlier when I watched your video about using the brakes and how to position yourself for braking everything, the way you delivered that was so simple and so at ease. It made it simple for me to understand and learn. And I think that's a big part of why your channel is growing. And you really make me want to go out and buy a bicycle. And with that, I'm going to let you say your good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I'm stoked that we could make it work out, and congrats on 100. I know how much work that takes, and it's cool that you guys have been chugging along for so long and doing such a good job for the community. And yeah, I just feel lucky to be here.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, Ron, I'm going to throw it back to you before you throw it to John, then we get out of here. Ron Brown.
Well, I've already told my congrats to Bill and Nog, Steve, and Kyle. Congratulations on the tremendous growth in your channel.
Well,
thank you.
And sharing some of the secrets with us tonight.
Do you want to get Kyle on your channel if you can?
Kyle, we would love to have you. Marcus, of course, lives right in your area. And
Marcus the fanboy, Idaho quadcopter.
Idaho quadcopter. So you would be great. You would have guys have common places you would go to. So we would love to have you on sometime. If I can get your email, I'll contact you offline sometime. But it was great seeing you again. Congrats on all your success. And who else is still here? You took the big
Cuppi.
Oh, and thanks, John, for being on Drone Nation Monday night. You educate a lot of us on FPV. I'm much more curious now, but it was great having you on. We had a great show Monday night, and I want to throw it to you to close this great show out tonight.
I'm going to let John say his now.
Thank you so much, Ron. Bill, again, congratulations. It's been great to be a part of this. Can't believe we're on 100. Like Steve, I kind of just got to sit and listen. It was great to hear. It was great to hear the discussion. We had a lot of great info tonight. It was really great. Kyle, thank you so much for coming on. Sean, I've been following you for ages, so it was great to have you on again tonight. And it's just awesome. This is just a great show. No better way to celebrate the 100. And
super.
Yeah.
Super. I'm glad that you all came on. Everyone knows that they're more than welcome to be here in the future. Although once Kyle breaks 200,000, it might be more difficult for me to get his attention. But anyway,
if I didn't have to edit so much, I'd have a lot more time. It takes me like about 18 hours usually to do one of those videos, so it's a lot of work. So I've been just in the Hurt Locker lately doing that. So
I'm just glad that you came on. It really makes me want to come over there. I know how Marcus has made it very clear that he wants to get over there and hang out with you, but I just think it would be cool to hang out with because you're just cool and laid back. And with that being said, I want to say thank you to everyone in the crowd. Come back and join us when we go rogue next week. Live long and prosper. Join us for 200.